Hello, my name is Lucas Kleppy, and I am an avid Muppet fan. And I made all the Muppets, well, most of the Muppets. I still have a list of some obscure ones out of clay. Um, I never owned any Palisade toys, but I was an admirer of them, and I've always loved the Muppets. So one day I sat down and decided to make my own collection. Um, and I think they all came out pretty well, really. As we see forming here in front of us, we have your basic group of the main Muppets, who everyone recognizes. You've got Kermit, Fozzie, Gonzo, Piggy, Rolf, and Scooter. And out of that, you also would like to include maybe a Rizzo and Camilla. Gonzo's extras there. And also, most people would consider Animal to be part of the basic original group of Muppets there. So there you have, or not original, but at least what people consider the main group. So there you have it. Moving on. Moving on from there, I think we can all agree that the Electric Mayhem, Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem, Dr. Teeth, Floyd, Janice, Zoot, who's also bald under that hat, would be considered the next part of the basic group. I think Muppets Take Manhattan would tell you that for sure. They all went to college together, right? And also you have to include Lips, who is the newer member of the Electric Mayhem, but a member nonetheless. So there you have the next group. And like I said, or maybe I didn't mention this, but these are totally permanently soft clay figures, and they're totally posable. I can move their arms and most of their extremities into whatever position I'd like. But they're mostly for display. But being able to move them and position them is cool for different display things that you might want to do. Floyd, I always have his hand up here. So now moving out of that group, I think the next extension would be these three, which would be the Swedish Chef, Bunsen, and Beaker. And I think these would be the next grouping if you want to keep up with the basic. This is the next group of removal, I would say. Also, they come and they go, but right now Walter is hot. He's the newest Muppet, and he, of course, is considered to be in that new top-tier group. This segment, I'm probably going to do a 3 or more video segment of Muppets. This segment is just what I consider to be the top shelf Muppets. I call them that because they're kept on the top shelf of my display that I have in my room there. The next two in that category would be from the balcony here. You got your Statler and Waldorf, and you've got Statler here. As you can see, there's brown bases on all of my characters to keep them steady. Sometimes the legs don't work, so they're all attached to a nice brown round base to try to balance them out. So I think after that, you really have, if I were to have collected the Palisades toys, a collection that I'd be very happy with. I think maybe these two would be the only other ones that I definitely would want to have, and that's Robin, tiny little Robin, tinier than the Palisade scale, and right to scale we have our big Sweetums monster here. We'll put Kermit in there just to show the scale of these characters here. That's one thing that I think Palisades may have not gotten right. Their detail is actually obviously much better than mine, and I don't want to complain about the line, but I think they had a little trouble with scale sometimes. For example, their Janice, I think, was too large. Anyway, so like I said, that is a grouping of characters who I would have been happy to have with the Palisades line. There's obviously more that I like and would have wanted to make, and since I was making them instead of buying them, it was a lot easier to include these characters: New Zealand, Crazy Harry, Beauregard. I've included Marvin Suggs here. I also have his Muppaphones, who they're just on a Jenga block, though they're not nearly as detailed as the Palisades Muppaphone, so I won't even bother showing them. And Sam the Eagle, looking very proud in the middle of his crazy companions here. The rest of them are all pretty loopy and nuts. So there's that. And I think right in line with those characters, you have the Muppet Newsman, Link Hogthrob, and Dr. Julius Strangepork here, who obviously Palisades made all of them as well, but you know, I think they're on the same tier as what I just showed as far as removal from the immediate group. And that pretty much concludes what is my top shelf list of Muppets, at least from the original show. The rest of these are newer, obviously. We've got Bobo the Bear, who continues to be part of the show, and Pepe the Prawn, who continues to be part of, maybe not the show, show is probably misspoke, but the Muppets. My design for Bobo is kind of like his original puppet design, where it was naked. I think Bobo wears clothes for the most part now, and the color's probably a little off. I should probably have gone with a little different design for Bobo, but that's him anyway. And little Pepe, we'll get him off the stage. And the rest of these are gone but not forgotten in my mind. You've got Bean Bunny, who I thought was a great Muppet there. I think people thought he was too cute. The way he was used in one of the specials, where he was carrying Miss Piggy's luggage, I thought was great. I thought that was really funny. And then Clifford from Muppets Tonight, of course, is one of our forgotten stars. Along with Clifford, I have Johnny Fiamma. And now this is one that Palisades didn't make. Also Bean Bunny they didn't make. But Sal Manella is one that they didn't make, who I got around to making. And this one actually would probably be decent scale. I'm not sure how big the Palisades Muppet scales are, so I don't know if that would match up with them or not. But I like the Sal figure. And the last ones that I have in the top shelf, and they're only up there really because they go with the Muppets Tonight characters, are Miss Piggy's idiot nephews, Randy and Andy Pig here. And I did the beady little eyes for Andy Pig, as his original design was in the Muppet Classic Theater. So that concludes my first segment of Muppet Clay Muppets, and we'll get into some more obscure ones on the next one. So from Kermit the Frog and all the other Muppets and myself, thanks for watching.